I think that Bitcoin is an extraordinarily disruptive, beneficial technology to the entire energy industry. And as I studied it, it became clear to me that it's the highest value use of intermittent energy. It's the highest value use of renewable energy. It's the highest value use of wasted or stranded energy. And it's just the highest value use of energy, period.
There we go. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So sorry about that. I'm Crypto Man Ran. If you are new to our channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Bringing you live coverage from the Bitcoin conference right here in Miami. And I've been covering conferences for a long, long, long time. I've never, ever, ever seen anything like this before. 20,000 people gathered around Bitcoin. I'm glad to be back. I haven't been here for a few days doing the live streams. The reason why I haven't been here doing the live streams is because I got hit by some crazy allergy, nothing I've ever been hit with before. And my eyes, you can still see my eyes are swollen, but I had to come back and show you a lot of stuff that's happening right here in Miami, because there's a lot of talk as to whether or not we're in a bull market or a bear market. And in Miami, a whole lot of data emerged. I saw stuff here in Miami that I haven't seen before, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And it alludes to the fact that we're in a new kind of bull market. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. That's the only way that we're going to get this content, this unscheduled stream, out to the rest of the crypto world. And they need to hear this. There's a lot going on, talking about Elon's tweets. Why is it that on the day that Dogecoin lists on Coinbase, that Elon tweets around Bitcoin? And what exactly was he thinking? Well, I spoke to a lot of people at the conference today. Spoke to Michael Saylor, spoke to the Winklevoss brothers, I spoke to Pompliano, spoke to Yoni Asia, who's the head of eToro. And I've got a whole lot of interesting views for you as to whether or not we're in a bull market, why the Elon tweets are happening at the right time, etc. Also, remember that on this channel, this is the only channel in the world where you get the banter bags. Now, I know that we haven't spoken about the banter bags in a long, long time, but remember, we are in banter bags. What are banter bags? Well, we take $10,000, we invest the $10,000 into pre-market allocations. And then when we get to 500,000 subscribers, we're going to give the banter bags away to the community. Yeah, guys, we're literally going to give the bags away to the community. Now, the old banter bags were worth about $700,000 at one point, and we gave those to 9 members of the community, and we're going to give it away to you guys. So what do you need to do to win the banter bags? Well, subscribe to the channel. That's the first thing. You have to subscribe to the channel. You have to like the content. You have to follow me on Twitter, follow Sheldon on Twitter. Another good reason to follow us on Twitter and to share the content is if you want to join private classes with Sheldon. Now, a lot of you have been talking about this. I think 20 of you attended on Monday. If you attended on Monday, I see a lot more comments from people who attended on Monday. Well, if you attended on Monday, then tell us how it was. Tell us how was the session? How were the one-on-ones with Sheldon? Let us know out there on Twitter. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm here in Miami, the beautiful, beautiful city of Miami. And we are here for the biggest Bitcoin conference in the world. And I said this before, I've covered many Bitcoin conferences. In fact, I think we were the first station on CNBC to go and cover the conferences live. And I've never seen anything like I saw here today. You have a city with 50 or 60,000 people, all converging around Bitcoin. And it's the first conference after the lockdowns where people are actually getting together, and there's this whole lot of positive energy. The biggest speakers in the world. You've never seen such a lineup of speakers, starting off with the mayor himself, with an amazing motivational talk, which I want you guys to hear. Then Michael Saylor with Max Kaiser. Now, all of this we're going to release in a video, which we're going to drop on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. EST. We're going to drop a full video of full coverage of the Miami Blockchain Week. Now, again, if you want to see exactly what happened, all the big names, you'll check it out on the video that we drop here on Sunday for you guys. Yeah, pardon my makeshift studio. I'm in a co-working space. It's the only place I could get to broadcast this live stream. Anyway, let's get to the conference, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about why we're in a bull market, but we're in a new kind of bull market. It's not the same kind of bull market as the bull markets that we're used to, because the bull markets that we were used to before were unhealthy. The market that we had since the beginning of the year, or whenever this bull market actually started, that was a completely unhealthy market. And I'm going to show you today why the data shows that we're in a new kind of bull market. So let's talk about the Elon tweets. Let's talk about why we're in a bull market. And then let's talk about what we need to do to make and keep money in this bull market. So let me take you through my experience. This morning, I went to the Miami blockchain conference, and it started off with a talk by the Miami mayor. Now, if you've been watching our channel, you know the Miami mayor, Francois Suarez, is very much a Bitcoin person. And I want to actually share this with you. I want you guys to have a look at what he said. Let us have a look at this.
I only wish I could wait for the thousands of people who are standing out there to come inside to hear my speech, because I want everybody to hear this. For me, this journey of trying to create the Bitcoin, blockchain, and mining capital of the world happened long before I uttered the tweet heard around the world, "How can I help?" And while 2.7 million people saw that tweet, they didn't know that many years prior, I was on the Florida Blockchain Foundation, was named to the Florida Blockchain Task Force by the CFO of Florida, and of course, we opened our very own Miami Bitcoin Center. And what I didn't know was that the portal of positivity that I stumbled upon in Twitter, yes, there does exist a portal of positivity in Twitter, on December 4th, would take me on a journey to discover the transformational importance for my city of leaning into Bitcoin to make Miami a technological leader in the world. And so the journey began with a simple challenge and a simple connection. I got to host Anthony Pompliano, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, Charlie Shrem, and so many others on my Cafecito Tech Talk, and got a chance to meet Brian Armstrong and Fred Arsham. They helped guide me along with the Bitcoin community into understanding the power that mainstreaming Bitcoin could have on our city and on our world. And then came the Balaji Challenge, to see who could put the Satoshi white paper on our government website first. And we were first in the country. We were first because we want to be first in promoting and building this generation's technology. We were first because we understand that in an experiential world, people are looking for the best in terms of quality of life. We were first because we understood the transformational advantage of being a first mover in an ever-increasing tech world. And we were first because in this city, we truly understand what it means to be the capital of capital. It means to be the capital of Bitcoin. And we didn't stop there. We understood that to truly believe, we had to integrate and take risks. So I asked my city commission to allow our city to pay our employees in Bitcoin, accept Bitcoin for fees and taxes, and even explore the possibility of holding it on our balance sheet. And some still doubt, some still question, which boggles my mind. And so I point to the deliverables. FTX, which provided $200 million for the naming rights of what was corporate America. And that provided funds to combat gun violence in our community and to provide summer youth jobs program. Just this week, we announced
that is exactly what Mayor Francois Suarez had to say opening the conference, and that really set a tone for the conference. Straight after that, Michael Saylor got onto stage and with Max Kaiser, and Max Kaiser is an absolute maniac. I don't know how many of you know Max Kaiser, and if you don't know him, watch my interview with him, which we're going to broadcast here on Sunday. But Max Kaiser got on the stage with Michael Saylor, and the one thing that they spoke about was Elon Musk's tweets. And Michael Saylor had something very, very, very interesting to say. I want you to hear this straight out of Michael Saylor's mouth. We don't deserve this Michael Saylor hero, but he's certainly doing a great job.
I think that Bitcoin is an extraordinarily disruptive, beneficial technology to the entire energy industry. And as I studied it, it became clear to me that it's the highest value use of intermittent energy. It's the highest value use of renewable energy. It's the highest value use of wasted or stranded energy. And it's just the highest value use of energy, period.
So what Michael Saylor was arguing, he said that Bitcoin is not only super efficient, but it's the most efficient invention that the world or humanity has ever created. And that is, of course, in response to Elon Musk's tweet. And he went on to explain why this is. And he spoke about how every function in the economy uses power, and you don't need all these functions. You can just remove them, and a lot of them can be replaced by Bitcoin. A great, great, great retort to Elon's tweets. I don't know, did you guys see Elon's tweets? I mean, I looked at Elon's tweets. Let's quickly look at what's going on Elon's page. Either the guy has a master plan, or he is simply deranged, delusional, deranged. I don't even know what the right word is. Let's look at his tweets. So he tweeted this last night saying, I mean, we've all seen this. He said, I know I said it would be over between us if you ever quote another Linkin Park song, but I found someone else, him. So in the end, it doesn't really matter, or it didn't even matter. And as you can see, he said Bitcoin broken heart. But then he carried on with his tweets, and he spoke about things like, I missed you. And what I'm reading into all these tweets is I'm reading into the fact that he has been pushed away from Bitcoin without wanting to be pushed away from Bitcoin. And that's really the big speculation. The big speculation is that Elon Musk was actually pushed away from Bitcoin by his shareholders or his board. And in particularly the guys from BlackRock, who have a massive ESG agenda, who want to who have a lot of funds and a lot of ESG on their books. And there is speculation, Kathy would obviously introduce this, that at a board meeting, or one of the board members picked up the phone and said, Elon, you can't be promoting the use of Bitcoin. And almost Elon has been pushed away from this without actually wanting to. And that's why he's getting all these tweets, et cetera, et cetera. I also asked a lot of people at the conference today what they thought about Elon Musk and Dogecoin, and why Elon Musk is so pro Dogecoin. Is he really so pro Dogecoin, or is this a game? Because if it's a game, it certainly has gone way, way, way too far, right? I mean, this can't be a game. And so I spoke to a lot of people at the conference, and the consensus at the conference from very smart people is that Dogecoin is a game. It's Elon Musk's entertainment. And when you take Elon Musk's net worth, you're talking about billions and billions and billions of dollars. I don't know, 100 billion, $200 billion. It's okay for him to entertain himself using a currency where he can be the king of the currency, where it's not under the realm of the SEC. And you know how much Elon Musk hates the SEC. And so what he's doing effectively is he's playing a game. And he's playing a game at the head of this currency. And people say that you shouldn't discount the game that Elon is playing here, because he can and he would take this game very, very, very far. He may make Dogecoin the currency on Mars. He may make Dogecoin the currency on Starlink. He may make Dogecoin anything. And what the consensus is now is that this is Elon Musk's entertainment. And he's willing to pay a lot of money to be entertained, a ton of money to be entertained. And I guess the right word could be God complex. You know, someone's here in the chat saying it's a God complex. I guess that Doge could be Elon Musk's way of playing God complex. And it's a dangerous thing, but this joke is now beyond a joke, and it's actually gone very far. And I don't know if you remember, but Raoul Paul on the show said that he holds Dogecoin. Today, I spoke to a whole lot of very big investors, including what you'll see in the interview, Yoni Asia, who's the head of eToro. Now, remember, eToro listed Dogecoin. Coinbase listed Dogecoin. Not only did Coinbase list Dogecoin, but I actually want to show you something. Coinbase listed Dogecoin, and then, get this, they are advertising Dogecoin. It's almost like they want to get the Dogecoin community onto Coinbase. When have you ever seen Coinbase advertising an altcoin like this? Okay, start trading for as little as $25. That's not Coinbase strategy. I suspect that a lot of the big exchanges know what Elon is up to, or know that Elon is up to something. And so they're not discounting Dogecoin. And that is what I got from the conference today. A lot of people are saying the Elon Musk tweets, the Bitcoin tweet seems like he's being pulled away from Bitcoin without actually wanting to be pulled away from Bitcoin, like almost like a love, we're going to be pulled away, it's going to be tragic. And when it comes to Dogecoin, that's his way of rebelling and saying, you know what, with Dogecoin, I can do whatever I want. No one can stop me. It's not Tesla. It's not under the realm of the SEC. And so I can do whatever the hell I want. And that's exactly what I think is going on with Elon. Let's see some other things from the conference today. Well, let's look at what happened with Jack Dorsey. I mean, it was insane to get Jack Dorsey at a crypto conference. Jack Dorsey speaking live at a crypto conference. And he said two things which really blew my mind. I want to play them to you.
What does Bitcoin have anything to do with human rights? Isn't it just... What does Bitcoin have anything to do with human rights? Isn't it just about investment?
Not for me. I mean, for me, that like Bitcoin changes absolutely everything. And what I'm drawn to the most about it is the ethos, is what it represents, is how the conditions that created it are so rare and so special and so precious. And I don't think there's anything more important in my lifetime to work on, and I don't think there's anything more enabling for people around the world.
I mean, yeah, you're talking about Jack Dorsey saying that his biggest life mission now is to work on Bitcoin. I see you guys in the chat. Yes, I know. I told you guys I've been ill. My eyes have been completely swollen. I'll show you some pictures of what it looked like before it was bad. This is actually better, and I just thought I'd come on and give you guys a stream, even though I know it's not ideal. But here I am. So Jack Dorsey, saying that his life mission is the most important thing in his life right now is Bitcoin. He also said something extremely interesting, which actually blew my mind. Listen to what he said about Square. Now remember, Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter, and he's the CEO of Square. Twitter, obviously a social network, and Square is a payment network, one of the biggest payment networks in the world. Now, listen to what he said about Square.
The only reason Square got into Bitcoin is to that end. It's not just to be an exchange, and that's why we don't deal with any other currencies or coins, because we're so focused on making Bitcoin the native currency for the internet.
Okay, so he is focused on he is dedicating all his energies on making Bitcoin the native currency of the internet. This is what the biggest people in the world are doing. And that's the feel that we got here today at the Miami Blockchain Conference. The biggest names in the world, thousands and thousands of people, all talking about the importance of Bitcoin. And of course, the question came up, well, you know, are we still early? I mean, if we're here, are we still early? And that is what the Winklevoss brothers answered quite well. Have a look at this.
Why have you guys held on this entire time? There's been volatility, all this stuff. Like, what has kept you guys so convicted since the very early days until today?
So we still think it's really early. We think Bitcoin's gold 2.0. It will disrupt gold, so its market cap has to be 10 trillion or more, because that's the market cap of gold. So Bitcoin's hovering around 1 trillion now. We still think it's at least conservatively a 10x from here.
So they're saying you're still early because at least Bitcoin has to disrupt gold. Another reason why they said we're still early is because of the number of companies that actually have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Take a listen to this.
So there's 50,000 publicly traded companies globally on global exchanges,
Okay.
right? 32 of them have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Square, MicroStrategy, Tesla, only 32. Do we think that number is going down or going up? Right? What happens when that number is 500, 100,000, 10,000? What does that do to the price of Bitcoin?
Okay, so 32 companies out of 4,000 listed companies in the States, and let alone who knows how many listed companies everywhere else in the world have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Bottom line, guys, we're early. Bottom line is we're in a bull market, and I'm going to tell you why I think we're in a bull market today. And I'm not even going to tell you, I'm actually going to show you the data that shows why I think we're in a bull market. And this is just a temporary correction in a bull market. So let's get straight into it. Let's talk about why do I think that we are still in a bull market? How is it that I think we're in a bull market when all the technicals, all the charts, all say that we've broken through all the different levels, the 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, all the moving averages tell us that we're actually in a bear market. So why is it that I think we are still in a bull market? Well, you know me, I look at the data. For me, the data is the most important thing. And the data shows that even though the prices may have crossed certain technical levels, the on-chain data, the real data, shows that everything is healthier than it's ever been. The Bitcoin transactions in the last month higher than they've ever been. The number of transactions higher than it's ever been. The number of active addresses higher than it's ever been. The number of active ETH addresses higher than it's ever been, and growing at an exponential rate. The on-chain data is absolutely healthy. So if the on-chain data is healthy, and you can go look it up on Glassnode, I may have some of it with me, but I'll show it to you guys in a couple of seconds. What is it that caused the correction? Let's look at what it is that actually caused the correction. And what caused the correction was a change in the market structure. And in this case, I actually think that the change in the market structure was a very healthy change in the market structure. What do I mean by change in the market structure? Well, a market structure, or specifically the crypto market structure, is broken up into several layers or cores. We've got the hodlers. These are people that have been around forever. They believe in the Bitcoin mission, and they really aren't letting go their Bitcoin. MEXC, Michael Saylor, all the old Bitcoin OGs. Those are all hodlers. They buy Bitcoin to hodl. They just want to hodl Bitcoin to protect their assets against inflation and whatever else. Above the hodlers, you've got a list of investors. Now, these investors are looking to invest money to make a return on their money. So it's funds, it's individuals who, on top of hodling, also want to make a return on investment. And so what they do is they invest money in the market. And around them, you've got a layer of speculators. And the speculators come here to speculate, to put money down and to try and make money speculating on the market. And the fourth layer that you've got in this market are gamblers. The gamblers come here, and literally what they do is they come here to gamble. And in a market structure, every single one of these layers is super important. You've got to have all the layers in a market. I mean, a market with just hodlers wouldn't be a market. And a market with just hodlers and investors wouldn't be a market. And a market with hodlers and investors and speculators wouldn't be a market because it doesn't move fast enough. So in a good market, what happens is the layers are all in equilibrium. There are just enough hodlers, just enough investors, just enough speculators, and just enough gamblers. And yeah, guys, the gamblers are a very important part of a market structure because what they do is they cause price discovery on assets. They take assets that are undervalued and they cause price discovery by gambling on them or investing in them or putting down money on them. And so every layer is super important. Now, let's look at what happened in this correction. Remember, we've got the hodlers, we've got the investors, we've got the speculators, and then we've got the gamblers. The gamblers are unhealthy. Speculation is less unhealthy, investors is more unhealthy, and hodling is, of course, the healthiest. Let's look at what happened in the market structure. And for this, I want to show you guys the actual data. We were over leveraged. We know this. We've spoken about this a million times. We were super over leveraged. And then what happened is all the leverage blew up. And if you look at what Glassnode says, look at the charts over here. The charts show that the short-term holders, the gamblers, the speculators, if you look at all these guys, the short-term holders over here, they have gone down. Who has been buying their coins? The long-term hodlers, the accumulators, and the miners, which means that the miners are finding Bitcoin cheap for the first time in a long time. So all we did here was we shook out the gamblers, we shook out some of the speculators, and we put the market into some kind of new equilibrium. And I'm going to show you why today I think that equilibrium is actually a much healthier equilibrium. I know it's not as much fun, and I know you're probably not making as much money, and I know that some of you maybe have lost money, but I'm going to show you a new type of bull market. I'm going to show you why I made this tile over here, which says that I think that actually we're in a new kind of bull market. And this bull market is actually a much better, much healthier bull market than the one we were in before. So you want to hear what that's all about? Give me some likes. Let's get this video out there. I see there's still 7,000 of you watching. Let's see how many of you actually liked this video. Come on, let's have a look at it. And I see the comments. Yes, guys, I mentioned to you, I was sick. I had the worst allergies in the world. I got EpiPens, injections, cortisone, you name it. My eyes are still absolutely puffy. But I wanted to bring this live stream to you guys. I see there's 3,000 likes, 7,000 of you in the stream. So give us some love. Let's get this content out there. I see you guys all in the chat. It's good to have you guys back. It's good to have back. There we go. I see you guys. I see every single one of you guys. Eddie, thank you, buddy. I love you guys too. Let me explain to you guys right now, right here, right now, why I think that this bull market is healthy. So let's look at what was driving. Remember, we spoke about market structures where there's hodlers, investors, speculators, and gamblers. What was driving the old bull market? If I said to you guys, what was driving the bull market of January to June or March to June or whenever the bull market started, what was driving that bull market? Well, One, it was the speculators. They were coming in here to make quick money, speculate, put money down, speculate, take money out. Put money down, speculate, put money out. The gamblers then came in. They started to leverage money, take loans, put money, let it leverage itself, and that's how they were making money. Okay, that's an unsustainable market. And the reason why that's an unsustainable market is because that market was driven by hype. Yeah, exactly. That market, that entire bull market, was driven by hype. And the problem with a market that is driven on hype, when you make investment decisions, and certainly I know that when we made certain of our investment decisions, when you invest on hype, you don't look at the fundamentals. The questions that you ask about the project are, which launchpad is this project launching on? When is it launching? Who are the influencers backing this project? Those are hype-based questions. Now, a market that is built on hype is like a market that's built on a house of cards. And you'll understand this because I think that if you really ask yourself some tough questions as to why you made certain investment decisions, in other words, why you bought cheaper, smaller tokens rather than buying more established, better tokens, I think that the answer will be that you were riding the hypeability of the tokens. You thought that the token would do 1000x because of hype, not because it was a good token, not because it was actually great in fundamentals, great in technology, great in adoption, but you thought that the token was going to get lifted on hype. And as a result, what you used to do is you used to invest, you used to go to bed, you used to wake up in the morning, and the first thing that you do is open up your CoinGecko and see that the hype was still there. The hot air, the hype. What happened when we exploded this market is that we took out the hype. And what you'll notice today is that no matter how much hype there is behind a project, the price of the project is not going to go up. I mean, we can talk about any token that we want. We can release news articles on any token that we want. We can release as much hype. Any influencer, any news channel can talk about hype as much as they want. The price of the token isn't going up. What is going to take tokens up in this market is tokens that are fundamentally sound, have amazing technology, and have network effect. And that's why if you look at certain tokens in this market, tokens like, for example, in fact, let's call up some of these tokens so that you can have a look at them, and let's see how the hype tokens are doing against the non-hype tokens. And I want to share the screen with you and show you guys the difference between the hype tokens and the non-hype tokens. So let me share the screen and show you guys the hype tokens versus the non-hype tokens. Okay, so let's talk about Celsius. How many of you invest in Celsius? Celsius is a no-hype token. It doesn't have hype. It's a strong community of hodlers. Look at where Celsius is. In fact, let's call up the 90-day chart on Celsius. And remember, we've had probably the most brutal 90 days that we've ever had in crypto. Celsius is touching all-time highs. How do you explain that? It's very simple. Celsius is not a hype-driven token. I want to share. Let me share this with you guys. So let's look at Celsius. Here we go. Celsius, I think you guys can see the screen over here now. This token today, here's the 90-day chart. Look at that, touching all-time highs. What is the difference between this token and 95% of all the other tokens? It wasn't powered by hype. Let's look at some other ones that are on this list where I think showing you guys that when you've taken out the hot air in the market and the hype in the market, it actually all comes down to tokens that are doing amazing things. Let's look at Solana. We've spoken about Solana a hell of a lot. Okay, Solana is at 37.27. Now, where most tokens have gone down over 50%, Solana hasn't even gone down anywhere near 50%. In fact, Solana has gone back to levels which it first touched in April, a month ago, a month and a half ago. The same thing if we look at Matic. Let's look at Matic or Polygon. Okay, Polygon. When was the first time that Polygon saw the levels that Polygon is trading at now? $1.62. When was the first time in the history of Polygon that Polygon hit $1.62? Well, the answer is somewhere around the beginning of May. What I'm trying to show you is that we're in a new kind of bull market. In this bull market, it's not being driven by hype. This bull market is being driven by fundamentals, by adoption, by tokens doing cool things. It's not driven by hype anymore. And the reason why that's such a great market to be in is because we're not taking such risky investments that are based on hype. And those investments can fall over with a sneeze. It's a house of cards. Right now, you're forced to make decisions removing the hype factor. And when you make decisions removing the hype factor, you make much smarter investment decisions. You're not carried away by who else is investing or all the FOMO, but you're actually buying good quality stuff. And if you buy good quality stuff, those kind of returns are going to remain with you right through the bull market and beyond. And even if we go through some turbulence, you kind of know that Cardano, Solana, Celsius, Matic, Luna, Arweave, all those tokens are actually going to be here and actually going to survive and actually going to come out stronger. And that's why I think that this may be a healthier bull market. Yes, the other bull market was more fun. Yes, we made 100x's and 1000x's and 50x's. And I think those days may even come back. But for now, we've got ourselves a different bull market. And this bull market is driven by fundamentals and not driven by hype. And when you go to sleep at night and you wake up in the morning, you're not worried that your tokens have gone to zero. You know that Cardano is not going to zero. Cardano is at $1.70. And that's why I think that this bull market is way, 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 way healthier. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. In fact, let's do some Q&A. I've got a couple of minutes left. If you guys want to do some Q&A, let's do it. I'm here. I see. Good to have you back. Thank you, guys. As I said to you, I'm feeling a bit better. As you can see, my eyes are still a bit swollen from this bloody allergy, but I'm back. I'm back. How about Phantom? Yeah, I like Phantom. I must say, I'm a big fan of Phantom. I think it's a very undervalued chain. But I think more and more people are realizing about Phantom. And for me, I think Phantom slowly over time. I mean, I was an advisor to them in 2017 or 2018 when they launched. And I've been a big fan. I still hold all my Phantom tokens. So yeah, we want more live interviews. We're going to get a whole lot of live interviews. We have Max Kaiser, we have Yoni Asia, we have Michael Saylor, we have Anthony Pompliano. I've got some big stuff from Anthony Pompliano. I've got his, how do we call it? His view on Ethereum, BSC, and all of that. I wonder if is Anthony Pompliano still a Bitcoin maximalist? That's what we're going to find out tomorrow when we do that. More questions, guys. One or two more questions. Invite Elon on. I've tried to get him on. He won't come on. Did I endorse a ramen brand? We are going to launch our own ramen brand for the bear market, guys. We are going to launch a ramen brand, a crypto banter, Crypto Man Run, and Sheldon the Sniper, 2 different flavors of ramen for the bear market, just for fun. So we'll let you guys know when that's launched. Let's see. Anything else? Thoughts on Theta? I like Theta. They don't have enough actual rollout for me to be buying it now in this dip. I think they're better tokens where there's going to be much more upside than Theta. And so for me, I'm not putting my money on Theta. I do like the token. Yeah. All right. When Do Kwon, we're going to get Do Kwon on for you guys. We'll get him on for you guys next week. I think we'll do that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get into the party life of Miami. I'm going to bring you guys live stuff. If you want to see the live stuff from Miami, just go to my Instagram or Crypto Banter's Instagram, and you'll see live coverage of the Miami Blockchain Conference. And there's a lot going on. My interview with the Winklevoss brothers, my interview with Pomp, my interview with Max Kaiser, all on the Instagram. So, guys, I will see you again on Monday, 10 a.m. EST. No, in fact, I'll see you again on Sunday. On Sunday, we'll drop you guys another video. Or if anything happens with the market, on Monday, I'll be back with my sniper. Hopefully, my eyes will be better. Hopefully, my face will be less swollen, and we can have a great time. Until then, guys, if you're trading, trade well, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged